page 243. I have better words. You know, the reason why I allowed Alan to say the story, because I wanted David to hear that he's missing the stories to incentive he should come a little earlier. Okay. Okay. He didn't hear it. Okay. B'shasat chak shenimtza kosher. Person had no choice. He didn't find a kosher esrog. Kol ha'psul notlin ve'mevorchim. Regardless of the psul, of the invalidation, you could take it. However, you don't say a bracha on it. So the Mechaber himself is not 100% the Rambam. The Rambam seemingly says that the laws of what pertain to the first day don't pertain to the latter days, to the Drabanans. The Rosh disagreed, right? But now we're talking about brachas. So seemingly if they don't pertain, like Shula, you borrow the Daled medium on the subsequent days, you say a bracha. And seemingly we're equating Hidur, Hodor to Shol, right? Or Choser. Hagov yesh machshirin lulav yovish afil levorech olav. There are those who they validate a lulav even if it's dry to say a bracha. He cites the Rambam. So that's cheinogin levorech olav in yeveshim afilu bedika acherim lachim. So there's a little bit of a contradiction in the Ramah, because we have the Ramah said before that regarding Hodor, if you have, let's say, chazozis, if it's numer spotted, what is that? It's possible. But yet here he's saying, Yovesh, what's Yovesh? What's it lacking? Hodor. It's dry, it's Hodor. And yet he says that those who use a dry lulav, even when you have available a moist lulav, even say a brach on it, and that's the minog. So if it's the minog, so can't we use a spotted? Right? It's spotted or a flecked. Aval b'shar midim ein lino kochi. He's differentiating. No, but with makish. Here we're talking about, no, he's shar minim. Not only the esrog, you see the hadasim and the arovis. Okay? B'shar midim ein lino kochi. I think the reason is because it's not so simple what a lulav yovish is. Tosas has a discussion. What about if it has? Does it have to be literally? There's a Yerushalmi. The Yerushalmi says we say in davening. What's it called? Atzei Ayor. What does it say? We say we'll sing the praises of Hashem. Atzei Ayor. They sing the praises. So the Yerushalmi says that if the lulav is as white as the bones of a corpse, they're so dried out, that's when the lulav's possible. But if it has any indication of green, any tinge of green, but it's not totally white as bones, it's valid. So Yovish is not simple. It's a machlokas. Some say Yovish is, it's so dry that if you put your nail to the leaf is brittle. The leaf will break. So we're talking about different degrees of dryness. So it's not only the visual, how it looks, what it is, what it's become. So it could be because of that, lulav, it's not simple what Yovish is what not. By the others, it's simple what it is. What's lacking. We'll see. It's not going to come. No. V'yesh mekilin afilu b'das yovish. Others are makel even dadas if it's dry. Yishlis mechalai b'shasat chak. And you have a right to rely on these lenient opinions if you have no choice. By lulav, he says the minig is even with the bracha. We'll see. V'avagav the choser kosher. V'avagav the choser kosher b'shar yomim. Choser, we say other days, it's valid. You cut the esrog in half. As long as a rodent didn't bite out of its kosher, we said, right? Ein lachtoch esrog l'shnaim l'shlosh chalokim l'chalk lotzis ba'afil b'shasat chak. Person shouldn't do that. Person's a whole esrog. He says, look, if I can be yotze with a choser, cut it in half. It's not. That's a b'di'evet. That's a b'di'evet. But if you have a whole esrog, of course you should use the whole esrog. The dafka choser v'nishar ha'ikar kayim kosher. It's only kosher where it's noticeable that the main part of the esrog, it's recognized it's an esrog. You know, you have a slice of lemon. You know. Avokiyai gavno mikri chatichos esrog le'esrog. It's called pieces of the esrog. The other is it's an esrog which is deficient. But if you slice it into too many slices, you understand it's called sliced esrog. not an esrog which is deficient. You don't have the esrog any longer. B'chol zeh linyan levorech olav. That's only regarding brocha. Choser, you say a brocha, it's a deficient esrog. Avo below brocha, yochol lito kol apsul levorech aleim. But whatever the psul is, even by the other species, you take them without a bracha. It has value, but no, you don't take a lemon. It has some level of value, but not enough value to be able to say the bracha.
But what about in the subsequent, like usually when you handle esrog, maybe not the first day, but third, fourth day, you see the acidity from the yellow spot.
That's not said. We said earlier. That's not spotted. That's the natural drying out of the esrog. That's nothing. It's nothing.
Did you see the heater though?
It does, but it's not a psul of what we discussed, like spotted, all that.
No.
I'm just thinking about on Kiddush with two colors. Say you don't have two colors, two whole colors, two broken colors. So you have one big color and maybe a half of the middle. Something like that where it's not, where it's also. How does one handle that?
Okay. I always say, how do you answer a question? So what do you say? They're not comparable, the two cases. The bracha is motzi. Motzi is what you're eating it. You have to have lechem mishnah. So you have first choice lechem mishnah. You have second. The halacha is before. You have 2 slices of bread.
Right, yeah, just 2 slices of bread. That's fine.
That you have. It's not the first optimum case lechem. You have 2. See, but it's not a question of bracha. You're saying a motzi. Here the question is, you're saying al tilos lulav, right? The question is, if it doesn't meet the grade, it's a bracha levatola. No, it is a lulav. It's dried. It's lacking in hodor.
If someone takes a little vanessa, that's their parshas. The straight just whatever is the parshas. Are the yotze anything?
What do you mean the parshas? It's the right species, but it's possible.
Yeah,
First day, nothing. The first day, it's nothing. First day, it's nothing. Subsequent days are all drabanan. So when the Chachomim say, Zech LeMikdash, to what degree do you have to commemorate the Mikdash? Does it have to be the same quality as the first day or not? So that's what we're discussing now. Does not have to be. Even it's not appropriate. We'll see why. Why don't you say Manav Shach?
The bracha is the line in the sand. It's either it's kosher and yotze or something, or it's possible and not yotze or something.
No, bracha doesn't determine.
No, not really. No, because when you take a little vanessa, you hold it upside down so that you don't. If we held it straight
That's something else. That's because of Elasi Yoson. Because you're supposed to say the bracha before you do the mitzvah. That's why you invert it. Because you're not yotze if it's inverted.
No, but if you held it straight up without saying the bracha, you'd be yotze the mitzvah.
Yotze, so therefore what?
So therefore, if you hold this up without saying the bracha,
Not saying
you'd
bracha in any
yotze the
case.
Rabbinically yotze. At a rabbinic level, yotze. But because it's deficient, they say you should not say a bracha. So the question is, but if you're meeting the grade of drabanan, you should say a bracha. Manavshach. If you're not yotze in drabanan level, so why do it? And if you are yotze in drabanan level, the Gemara says in Shabbos, not too far from Hanukkah. How do you know that you say a bracha on a mitzvah on Hadlokas Ner Hanukkah? It's only a rabbinic mitzvah. So it quotes a pasuk from Mishlei, Al Titish Torah Simecha. Right, that even though it's not doraisa, you say the bracha. So okay, so that's the question. Why are you taking rabbinically zeichel migdosh? So if it's zeichel migdosh, so good. So that means you're fulfilling the drabanan. So say the bracha. Unless we say zeichel migdosh is at this level, it's zeichel migdosh, but it's not like the Gemara says by a Rav on Shana Rabbah. We don't say a bracha. We don't say a bracha when we take those shanas, right? I know Shana Rabbah. Because it's minig. It's minig neviim. It's not takonis neviim. It's a custom from the neviim. Of course, it's minog and not takon. It wasn't an enactment. Therefore, you don't say bracha. We'll see. We'll see over here. Let's see the Mishna Berura. B'shas adchak. What? No. Yeah, but the mitzvah is to do that. So prior to doing that, you should say it. You say achilas matzah. What's eating? Also, you're crushing it and you're swallowing it. Okay. B'shas adchak. If one has no choice, the Mechaber says you can't locate a kosher esrog, you can use all the minim that are possible. Lo mikra shas adchak elim kein eim chol ha'ir abra minim ksherim. Which means literally you cannot locate it. But if anywhere in the community you could locate it and come upon it, that's not shas adchak. Avon yesh chavero afshu lo yochol limtzo. Afshu lo yochol limtzo lo mikri ze shas adchak. Elo tzorach letzorach levorach al shalchavero mitei lo. That if his friend is willing to give it to him, you know, I'm too embarrassed to ask. He's a complicated person. I'll be beholden to him. You never know what this is going to cost me. No excuse. You have to ask. What about a person who wouldn't have a lulav period? Wouldn't have anything? Is that a justification not to borrow the lulav? The answer is no. Right? But it's going to cost you. It doesn't make a difference whether that's your obligation. If you don't have, you have to borrow. Right? Because sometimes, you know, the other person only allows him to use it to a point. He starts waving the lulav. You know, the man says, you want to hold it, just give it back. What about it's not the right species? Going to shota. Let's say it's a das where the leaves are not, they don't grow, they're not on the same level, right? After we discussed earlier. Or tzapsifo, or murkov. See, murkov is an interesting puzzle. Murkov means it's crossbred. Crossbred esrog. It's crossbred. Afilu b'shas adchak dos limiti lotzis b'mtomi. He's saying a new concept here. He says because a person may mistakenly think that you can be yotze with this, and it's not the right species. Because the whole idea we can see now is it shouldn't be forgotten, the whole mitzvah of dalid minim. If you have no dalid minim. That's the value. Fuadin gozul posul afil b'shas adchak im ein b'chol ha'ir abra minim ksherim yitol mashenimtzo shnaim or shlosha minim. You hear this? Let's say you can't locate all 4 minim. You can locate 2 or 3. Take even 2 or 3. V'yaskol ananuim chesh v'ad shlo yivorich. Because again, here it's purely, it's like the Gemara says, shlo tishtakach Torah's challah. After the Churban went to Golub, challah you're not obligated to take on a Torah level. So why did they legislate challah? Because if otherwise, people forget about there was such a mitzvah as challah, ever. They'll never take challah. So shlo tishtakach Torah's challah, we take challah. That's where we take challah. It's similar, we're saying something similar. If you don't have the daled minim, you have a community, there's no daled minim. Take anything of those minim, even if it's possible, whatever, as long as it's the species, because otherwise you're going to forget about there's such a mitzvah. No. Seemingly you would do it even the first day, without a bracha. We're talking without a bracha. Without a bracha. Aval oslikach min acher. Why? But to take another species, sh'yavod litos b'shar shonim. People say, we remember last year we took the lemon. People, the subsequent years, when you have the esrog available, they also can take the lemon. No, so evident that they weren't concerned about. Masha'en came b'shlosha minim lo yavod litos. Everybody knows you need 4. So now you understand why you don't say a bracha. Now you don't. Now you understand why you don't say a bracha. Factually, it has no mitzvah value. It's purely the fewer, or even many of these invalidations. What's the reason? Because factually, its value is only that you should continue doing the mitzvah in the future. Because if you stop, people forget about it. They won't do it in the future. No. Tithing dough. Tithing dough. No, there's not. No, it's not the mitzvah. It's not the mitzvah. It's not the mitzvah. It's not the mitzvah. It's not the mitzvah.
I know it's not that way. Doing something is the mitzvah. You understand it now.
Well, if you're not saying the bracha, definitely it's clear that you're not doing it as a mitzvah. It's purely that you shouldn't forget, because if you forget, you're not going to do the mitzvah in the future.
So the tithing of the challah is really the reason we do it today, just to remind us
that it was a mitzvah at one time on the Torah level to do it. But that's a takana. But that's an enactment. Shisei bracha, because that was legislated as such. It's like the Dalid Minim on the subsequent days of right Zeichel Hamikdash. You say a bracha.
Is it possible to have the opposite result, that people will start thinking that, hey, this is okay, and whatever's really possible, people will think,
No,
because
sir.
you're supposed to do it that way?
So it's evidently people understand. Well, if you're not saying a bracha, they understand that.
Okay, so
That's the marker that this is not the right way to do it. Notlem im vorchim, notlem afil biyom rishon. Kadesh l'shtakach tors lulav misrael ve'im vorchim keven del zeichel ba'alma. Lulav yovesh, das ram da afil b'shas atchak, ein lohokel, rak b'lulav. Rambam holds that regarding hidur, it's only lulav when it's dry. Shaminim b'shem yeveshim kilkamei, kamei lohokel rak b'yeveshus. Only yeveshus is hodor. V'lo b'shar psulam afil b'shas atchak. The Ramos says the meaning is that we take the lulav with a bracha when it's dry, even if you have a moist lulav available. Hatam mishum da'iri ba'arotza she'nim tzol lulav m'lachem gemurim. Gam yevesh and yevesh. We're saying that because what they call yovesh, they're not truly dried out. It's like, relatively speaking, they may be seen as dry. Da'inu li'as halulav nifroch b'tziporin. As I said, that it's so dry that if you put your nail to it, it's so brittle, the leaf will actually crack. That's how dry it is. That's the reason why. Since it never meets that level of dryness, that's the reason why the minig is on the lulav and even the hadas, even though it seems to be dry, we do say the bracha. Because factually, it's not really dry.
If the bidik is it's a couple of years old and it's still usable.
Right, correct. No. It's no. So what? Turn black very quickly. If it's wet in a certain way, once it's cut, it turns black. Yes, black. Yeah. Let's see the Chos Levolos.